from the KATC Weather Lab, here's Bradley's forecast.
Welcome back. Welcome to the weekend. Last day of September tomorrow, meaning October kicks off on Sunday. Unfortunately, not really going to be feeling like it. A little bit more of a summer-like pattern out there this weekend. Quite hot, but at least a little bit less humid. So we'll take that. And much of next week, a little bit above normal for our afternoon high temperatures, but looks like we're going to get our first fall-like cool front to move on in by the end of next week and into next weekend. So we'll get to that in just a second. First off, here's that upper level pattern, and not a whole lot going on, at least here locally. We do have this somewhat of a trough that's sitting just offshore, and that's pretty much where the bulk of the shower and storm activity has remained over the past couple of days. Somewhat active across Florida and portions of the east, obviously the northeast, especially up into New York. Going to be watching our next weather maker currently here across the Pacific Northwest. That's going to be progressing eastward over the next several days, maybe giving us a few showers as we head into around the Friday time frame of next week, but it's going to be this system that's likely going to be ushering in some slightly cooler conditions as we head into next weekend. And boy, after the dreadfully hot summer we had here in Acadiana, we'll be looking forward to that for sure. Pretty quiet with the satellite radar composite. You can see more unsettled offshore and then points to the east, but as we dial it into the local Doppler radars, pretty quiet here in Acadiana, but still some offshore showers and storms. None of that's going to be moving inland, so we are expecting to stay pretty quiet overnight tonight. Mild. We'll be in the upper 60s to lower 70s by tomorrow morning. Let's talk a little tropics. Boy, the Gulf of Mexico has really been quiet over the past several weeks. Should remain that way, at least for the foreseeable future. So the deeper we get into hurricane season, the better shape we're going to be in for sure. Caribbean Sea looks pretty good. Still two tropical storms out in the Atlantic. Felipe and Rina, both pretty close to one another. Probably their outflows will interact with each other here over the next couple of days. But as we put both of them into motion, you can see not really going to be much of a threat. Generally, both of them remaining out in the open Atlantic. So still no pending threats to the Gulf of Mexico, and that's the way it's going to go, at least for the foreseeable future. So here we go overnight tonight. Temperatures heading for the upper 60s to lower 70s. That's where we'll start the day tomorrow. Lots of sunshine into the afternoon. Quite hot, yes, mid-90s, but dew points are going to be dropping into the 50s and 60s, so you will notice a reduction in that humidity, so that'll feel somewhat nice. East to northeasterly winds will come in at around 8 to 14 miles per hour. I think we'll see a similar setup on Sunday, upper 60s to lower 70s for the start, and then we're easily pushing into the mid-90s Sunday afternoon under mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Now, overnight lows tonight, we'll say mid to upper 60s for northern Acadiana, Kinderville, Platte, Opelousas on northward. Upper 60s to right around 70 degrees here along the I-10 corridor, and upper 60s to mostly lower 70s as you get into Iberia and St. Mary parishes. And then those high temperatures tomorrow, they're going to be up there, 96 to 97, a pretty good call for northern Acadiana, 95 to 96 or so here along the I-10 corridor. And again, even across the coastal parishes, temperatures are going to be pushing into the mid-90s. 70, the projected low tonight. May have noticed had that full harvest supermoon out in the sky. Looked pretty cool out there. It's going to be the last supermoon for this year. And tomorrow, obviously a hot finish to the month of September. It's going to be the hottest September on record. 96 will be your projected high. Breezy easterly winds coming in at around 8 to 14 miles per hour. But again, less humid. That's the way it's going to go all weekend long. Record tomorrow, 97. That was set back in 1928. And then here we go, 95 or so into Sunday afternoon, but plenty of sunshine through the course of the weekend. So not a bad weekend, just on the hot side, and then lower 90s for much of next week. And here we go, going to be watching this front trying to push through sometime Thursday, perhaps into early Friday. Timing still likely to change a little bit. Few showers and storms with the front. Probably not going to be drought busting there, but then look at this. Thereafter, temperatures dropping into the 80s, perhaps even lower 80s as we head into next weekend. Overnight lows flirting with the upper 50s to lower 60s here across Acadiana. So Taylor, after a very hot summer, I think we are all very much looking forward to that first fall-like cold front.
You have got that right, and I like that. Finally, a touch of fall. Good stuff to come, Bradley.
No problem. Taking credit.